welcome back to Aussie Pub Trivia. I am your host Tara and welcome to our gorgeous quiz. How this works, there are 4 rounds of trivia, each with 10 questions, 11 questions for pop culture. This week we've got Rank This, General Knowledge, Pop Goes the Culture, and Music. You can scan this QR code here and that will put you through to a Google form that I mark with kindness and love. So if you get the vibe right, you've got the question right. If you don't want to do that, but you still want to participate, you can just use pen and paper and just share your score in the comments. That way I can include you on my scoreboard. Now, as you know, each week I ask you to send this to a friend to play with that friend. This week, I would like you to send this to your friend whose birthday it is next. Because it's my birthday this week, yay! Because of that, I am a little more unhinged than normal this week, so enjoy. All right, I'm gonna go through the updates and the scoreboards. If you'd like, skip to whatever I'm showing here. Okay, if you're sticking with me, it's because you're the good ones. Let's keep going. So, sorry for last week. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, I was so sick and it seems to have eaten my brain because the video I uploaded last week, I had the answers in the wrong spots and the wrong answers and it was just a schmozzle. So I am sorry. To make up for it, I am going to keep that scoreboard open for a little while longer. I'm thinking about doing this with all the scoreboards anyway. And I'm just going to update in the comments how you went. So feel free to still play number 12. I have heard you. No more Just You, Gillette. Did not work. No one was a fan. No more of that. So if you have a round that you're thinking like, oh, that could be fun, let me know. I'll put it together. We can test it together as a team and we'll see. Because now I'm down a round. So let me know what you think. I'm also thinking about introducing a sweet little prize for my #1 winners. But of course, there's a lot of laws and stuff around prizes. So I'm thinking maybe just a donation, a $10 donation to a charity of the winner's choice. Let me know what you think of that because I think that could be a nice gift to give the world. Okay. Our scoreboard, we only have 1 because the world is really busy this week. So my teams coming in on 50. It's Declan and the Beanstalk. He had no help, it was just him by himself. He got 50. Well done, Declan. 51 for Dalton's Disciples. Well done, my Dalton's Disciples. By the way, I read your feedback. And finally, taking it out, back on top, Taco Night with 60 points! Yay, Taco Night! Yeah! That's the crowd going wild. Yeah, wow! You guys are awesome. I love making this quiz for you. Okay, let's get going with the quiz. I will see you at the end. Bye!
Are you guys in for pub trivia? Oh yeah, I love pub trivia. Oh yes, sounds grouse.
Sure that's the way to do it?
No, I'm not sure. But those are my orders, all right?
Alrighty, let's kick off the Rank This round. The way this one works is I'll give you 3 rankable options and I'll ask you to put them in order. Each correct rank gets 1 point. You get a bonus point for having all 3 in completely the right spot. And question 5 is worth 2 points. So for example, if I gave you tennis ball, basketball, and golf ball, and I asked you to put them into size order, smallest to largest, you would put in golf ball being the smallest, tennis ball, then basketball. Really that simple. So question 1, rank these Ed Sheeran albums from oldest to newest. So we've got plus, minus, and multiply. Question 2, rank these planets from smallest to largest. We've got Mars, Neptune, and Saturn. Question 3, rank these diamonds from least to most expensive. We've got the Hope Diamond, the Kohinoor, and the Regent Diamond. Question 4, rank these sporting competitions from least to most competitors. We've got the Santos Down Under Tour, the Formula One Grand Prix in Melbourne, and the Australian Open. I'm just looking for the singles there. And finally, question 5, our double point question. Rank these military rankings from lowest to highest. We've got Major, Brigadier, and Colonel. And that's all for Rank This. It's a high-scoring round and it's over very quickly. Let's scoot on over to general knowledge. Alrighty, good Spritey, it's time for general knowledge. We've got 10 questions, the first of which is, what does the company acronym HMV stand for? Question 2, what is this a close-up picture of? Question 3, in which Aussie city is Vegemite made? Is it made in Rockhampton, Ballarat, or Melbourne? Question 4 is our true or false. The national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. True or false? Question 5, are these inventions older or younger than Australia? This week we've got stainless steel and telephones. Are they older or younger than Australia? Question 6 is our where in the world. I'm going to show you 2 images of the same landmark. Guess what the landmark is for a possible total of 2 points. The first image is a little more obscure view of the landmark, and if you get it from that, it's worth 2 points. The second one is a bit more of a general view of the landmark. Question 7, in gaming, what does vanilla mean? Does it mean without mods or DLC, downloadable content? Does it mean boring or cozy gaming? What does vanilla mean? Question 8 is our dumb things question, the question where we answer questions about all of the dumb things that our Australian politicians do. In 2015, Bronwyn Bishop spent $5,000 on what mode of transport between Melbourne and Geelong? And for those who don't live in Victoria, that's a half-hour distance. Question 9. Which animal is making this sound? Is it a squirrel or a dick-dick? And question 10, the hardest in the round by my approximation. Name the year in which these events happened. A new virus prompts global lockdowns. The Parkes Observatory, also known as the Dish, is added to the National Heritage List. And the UK and Gibraltar leave the EU. What year was that? That's the first half of the quiz down. How do you think you're going? Are you doing all right? Let's find out the answers, shall we? See you in a moment. Welcome to the answers, darling. You're here already? I wasn't expecting you so soon. Are you comfortable? Are you happy? Do you need a sandwich? I can make you a sandwich. Might take a moment to get to you, but I can make you one. No? Okay, let's go through the answers instead. We'll go through Rank This first. So for Rank This, I asked you to put Ed Sheeran's albums into the correct order. So for this one, we have Plus, which came out in 2011. Then we have Multiply, which came out in 2014. And finally, we had Subtract or Minus, which came out in 2023. Good job if you got all of those in the right spot. Question 2, I asked you to rank these planets from smallest to largest. So coming in smallest, we had Mars, which is 144 million kilometers squared. We have Neptune second, which is 7.6 billion kilometers squared. And then finally, the largest, Saturn, with 42.7 billion kilometers squared. They were already in order. Sometimes I'm tricky. Question 3, rank these diamonds from most to least expensive. First, we had the Regent diamond, which is valued at around $60 million. Then we have the Hope diamond, valued between $200 to $350 million. And finally, we have the literal crown jewel, the Kohinoor, which is valued around $400 million. And I know that the people of India would still very much like that jewel back. They really do steal everything, don't they, the Brits? Bless them. Cheeky. For rank 4, I asked you to put these sporting competitions from least to most competitors. So in the Formula One Grand Prix, we have 20 drivers. Next, we have the Australian Open. Of course, that's singles bracket only with 128 players. And then finally, Santos Down Under has 140 riders at the beginning of their tournament. And question 5, our double points. I figured this one would be tricky because very few people actually know the military order. So coming in first at the lowest rank, we have Brigadier. Second, we have Colonel or Colonel, as it should be pronounced. And finally, we have Major. Congratulations if you got all of those for a big stinking 8 points. You're so smart. We'll move on to general knowledge. Question 1, the company acronym HMV stands for His Master's Voice. And here's a beautiful piece of trivia, a very sad piece of trivia. That dog is actually listening to a recording of his deceased master's voice. That's why it's called his master's voice. That's why that's the logo. It's a real painting of a moment that happened. Beautiful story. I love that story. Question 2, what is this a close-up picture of? That one was sandpaper. I hope that was easy enough. I tried to use a picture of the one that most people recognize as sandpaper, which is your dark brown ones. So hopefully enough of you got that. Question 3, which city was Vegemite made in? It is made in Melbourne. It's made thanks to Carlton Brewing. Question 4, the national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. True or false? That is true. The unicorn is their national animal. For question 5, are these inventions older or younger than Australia? Stainless steel is younger than Australia. And as you probably know, telephones are older than Australia. So we've got younger and older this week. For question 6, I showed you these angles of a landmark. What landmark is it? It is the London Eye in London, which was supposed to be temporary, and it was just such a big hit with both locals and tourists. They've kept it for a remarkably long time now. Another fun fact. I'm full of fun facts today. In gaming, what does vanilla mean? Vanilla means without mods or DLC. You're playing it basic. Woo! It definitely does not mean boring. Our dumb things question. In 2015, Bronwyn Bishop spent $5,000 on a helicopter between Melbourne and Geelong. So wild. So she could have caught the V-line. What animal was making this sound? This is the weird little noise that the dick makes. Isn't it cute? Look at it with its weird little eye holes. No, little tiny dick. I'll move on. I'm being weird today, guys. I'm sorry. And finally, name the year in which a new virus prompts global lockdowns, Parkes Observatory is added to the National Heritage List, and the UK and Gibraltar leave the EU. That was 2020. I will give 1 point for either side 2019 and 2021, but I also will be a little bit disappointed in you. Come on, a new virus. Brexit. It was a pretty big year, guys. But also the dish made National Heritage List. That's all that really matters. Good on you, dish. Okay. Let's keep going with the quiz. This is so serious. This is the most serious business that's ever businessed. I'll see you in the next round. It's now time for Pop Goes the Culture, where we have 11 questions because I can't count. Question 1. What is the only Oscar-winning movie completely in sign language? Question 2. What does the acronym LAN in LAN Party stand for? Question 3, who is the common actor in these 3 films? This week we have Cruella, Easy A, and La La Land. For question 4, there is a possibility of 3 points. For 1 point, what movie is this audio quote from? And for an extra 2 points, what year was it released? You'll get 2 points for bang on, 1 point for either side.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here?
Oh, need a hand? Yeah, nah, just browsing, thanks, mate. Question 5 is just browsing, thanks. And this week I've decided to throw it up and be a little bit different. Here you've got 2 people's eyebrows. Whose eyebrows are these? You'll get 1 point per person. Question 6, I'm going to show you 2 stills from 2 different movies. Name the movie from the still. For question 7, I'm going to play you a little bit of the theme song for a nostalgic cartoon or kids show. Please name the kids show for 1 point.
If you're in trouble and you need someone to help you out, there's no need to whistle and there's no need to shout. Hey, 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 help is on its way. Call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers.
Question 8 is our jingle question, and I'm shaking this one up a little bit too. I'm going to show you an ad, and I'd like to know 2 decades. The first, in which decade was this jingle originally aired in black and white? And for that bonus point, in which decade was it partially colorized? And I'm showing you the partially colorized version.
We're happy little Vegemites, as bright can be. We all enjoy our Vegemite for breakfast, lunch and tea.
Our mummies say we're growing stronger every single week because we love our Vegemite. We all adore our Vegemite. It puts a rose in every cheek.
Everyone has their way of eating Vegemite, even straight from the jar. But there's one thing we all agree on. We love our Vegemite.
Alrighty, we are now into the trinity of difficult questions, the ones you can be very smug about if you get correct. Question 9 is our cinema question. A unique version of Hallelujah, performed by Rufus Wainwright, was used on the soundtrack for which now classic film? And that's our sexy Rufus Wainwright right there. Too many W sounds in his name. Question 10. Who is the author of Love in a Cold Climate, which was released in 1949 for our literature question? And question 11. What is the name of this artwork? And for the bonus point, who is the artist? And this artwork does have a longer title and a shorter title. I will accept either one. And that is the end of Pop Goes the Culture, which means we only have 1 round left. It's my favourite one. Let's get right to it. As I said 2 seconds ago, it's my favourite round. We've got 10 questions in the music round. For question 1, I'm going to show you 2 film clips, 2 music videos. They've been sped up a little bit and they've got no audio. I want you to name both the song and the artist for a total of 4 points in this question. Question 2, we've got our sweet little girl DJ Leica. She's a sweet little puppy dog from space and she plays records in reverse because that's the way that she likes it. I'd like you to identify both the song and the artist DJ Leica is playing for 2 points. For question 3, it's our music, true or false. The song Like a Virgin was on Madonna's first studio album, true or false? Question 4 is our hoity-toity composer question. Who composed the music for the film Seven, released in 1995? Was it Danny Elfman, Hans Zimmer, John Williams, or Howard Shore? And I'll play you a little bit, just in case you know your composers. Question 5, I'm going to play you the first 10 seconds from 2 different songs. Identify just the name of the song for a total of 2 points.
Oh, I leave quite an impression. 5 feet to be exact. You're wondering why half his clothes went missing.
Question 6. There is a picture of an instrument on your screen. You are hearing the audio of that instrument being played. What is the name of this instrument? Question 7. What is the name of the 1960s Yorta Yorta girl group featuring Gail, Julie, Kay, and Cynthia? For question 8, I'm going to do a dramatic reading of a popular song's lyrics. Please identify either the song name or the artist for a total of 2 points in this question.
Then only for a minute, I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I want to raise your spirits. I want to see you smile. But no, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier.
For question 9, I've given you hints already throughout this quiz as to what this artist's name may be. Please name the Triple J artist. And if you like this music, please give yourself that bonus point and stick around in the answers to follow this new artist. And our final question, a juicy 4-point question. I need you to name the year that these songs were released. For the first one, we've got One Direction's Steal My Girl, and the second one is Goanna's Solid Rock. So name the year of release. You'll get 2 points for being bang on, 1 point either side.
Everybody wanna steal my girl. Everybody wanna take her heart away. Couple billion in the whole wide world. Standing on solid rock. Standing on sacred ground. Living on borrowed time. The way to change.
And that's all the questions for the quiz. Let's see how you went in the answers. I'll see you in a moment. Bye. Bye. Here's those aforementioned answers that we were looking for. We'll start off with pop culture. Question 1. What is the only Oscar-winning movie completely in sign language? That was Coda. Question 2. What does the acronym LAN in LAN Party stand for? That was Local Area Network. Do the kids do these anymore? Like, do people just take their computers over to their friend's place and play games? Shay says no. The actor that is in Cruella, Easy A, and La La Land is, of course, Emma Stone. Oh, she's so wonderful, isn't she? For question 4, I played you a bit of a quote from a movie. This one, I am not entertained. This is from Gladiator, which was released in 2000. So 1 point for 1999 or 2001. For question 5, I wanted you to identify these eyebrows. This one may have been a tricky one, which is why I gave you the extra hint. This was our beautiful Noni Hazelhurst with Humpty Dumpty from Play School. Question 6. I asked you to identify these two films. They were, of course, Barbie and Oppenheimer, the Barbenheimer. I went and saw these for my birthday. One of the best birthdays I've ever had. I'm still so in love with both of these movies. For question 7, I played you a little bit of an intro for a kids show. This one is The Koala Brothers. Help is on its way. Question 8, kind of similar. I wanted to know in which decade was this ad originally aired, and then when was it partially colorized? It was originally aired in 1950s, and it was partially colorized in the 1980s. Well done if you got both of those. Into our trinity of difficult questions. Question 9, our film question. A unique version of Hallelujah was performed by Rufus Wainwright that was used in the soundtrack for Shrek in 2001, a classic piece of cinema. Question 10, who is the author of Love in a Cold Climate? Nancy Mitford. And that is an image of Nancy. I was hoping that would kind of help. And finally, question 11, the art this week. This is Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte by Georges Seurat. But if you just wrote Sunday Afternoon or Sunday Afternoon on the Island, I will give it to you. Moving on to music, I played you 2 clips and wanted to know what they are. The first one, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, released in 1991. And the second one, Bad Guy by Billie Eilish in 2019. DJ Leica, the coolest DJ on the block, was playing Lose Yourself by Eminem, released in 2002. The true or false this week, the Leica version was on Madonna's first studio album. That is false. In fact, Like a Virgin is actually the name of Madonna's second album. For question 4, who composed the music for Seven in 1995? This was Howard Shore. Question 5, I played you 2 songs and I wanted to know what they were. The first one was Taste by Sabrina Carpenter, released last year. And the second one was Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper, released in 1983. Question 6. This instrument is called the maraca or the maracas. I gave you one for both. Question 7. Hopefully this was a pretty easy one because there kind of is only one Aboriginal girl group from the 60s. So what's the name of the 1960s Yorta Yorta girl group? They are the Sapphires, the beautiful, beautiful Sapphires. Question 8, I made our cute little dramatic reading. That was for Happier by Marshmallow and Bastille. Question 9, our Triple J Unearthed artist. I played you the track I Peeled My Last Potato by To Say For Certain. He's only got 2 tracks up on Unearthed. I could not find him on any other platform. He is a brand new baby. If you liked this, genuinely if you liked it, follow him. Encourage him to make this music. This is a brand new artist being born, and you could be amongst the first people to ever hear their music. That's like wildly exciting to me. Question 10, our final question. I asked when Steal My Girl by One Direction and Solid Rock by Goanna were released. Steal My Girl was released in 2014, so 1 point for 2013, 1 point for 2015, and Solid Rock by Goanna was released in 1982, so 1 point for 1981 and 1 point for 1983. And I genuinely hope it gets into the hottest 100 countdown this weekend, which I am so excited for. But that is all of our questions and answers. Remember to comment below what you got. I want to know what you got. I'm being authoritative. I'm being a leader. And I'm leading you to the comment section to tell me what you got. I want to know how many geniuses are in my audience.
And that's all for another fortnight. I know. I might have another special one in the line for the hottest 100. I might just do a quick 10 question trivia on it because I am low-key obsessed with both counting and music. So I love that. All right, my darlings. I hope you have a beautiful week. The sun is starting to come back. It's gonna be great. Oh. Who are we kidding? It gets so much colder from here. I will see you next fortnight. Bye!